Hi guys, my name is Obina and welcome to Obina's Gadgets. On this episode, we'll be talking about the Lark M2, the Hollyland Lark M2. Funny enough, I've actually always wanted to get the Hollyland Lark M1, and then the Hollyland Lark M2 came out just around the time I was trying to get it, so it was just perfect timing and I'm so glad I got it. Anyway, let's talk about it on this video. We'll be going through the unboxing, the various things you'll find in the box, and then the usability. Anyway, let's just get into the video. This is what the box of the Hollyland Lark M2 combo looks like. Now let's see what's inside. When you open the box, you'll find a pack of leaflet that contains a contact card, a set of stickers, the manual, compliance information, a packing list. If there's something on this list you don't find inside, report the seller. Then the main package, which is the two mobile phone receivers, the lightning adapter and Type-C. And then the box, which contains the on-camera receiver and two mics. This is the mic out the box, and this is the on-camera receiver. The charging strips are all covered to prevent the mics and receiver from charging unnecessarily while they wait on the shelf to be bought. Wind filters, rope with a magnet in case you want to wear it around your neck. A TRS cable for connecting the on-camera receiver to the camera. A magnetic clip for clipping the mic to clothing, say on a shirt or on a dress. A charging cable for charging the box and the on-camera receiver. You also find a pouch for holding all these items, and of course, a pack of silica gel to keep everything dry. Now let's talk about each item in depth. Now let's talk about features and usage. The box. The box is very easy to charge. It has a charging port here behind it, and that's all around the box. And then there are 4 indicators, 4 lights indicators that tells you how charged it is. If it's 4 of them, like right now it's like 4 of them, it's full charge. If it's 3 of them, it's 75%. If it's 2 of them, it's 25%. If it's 1, it's, I mean, you don't want to even have 1. And the funny part is I've actually never had it on 1, and I'm not sure even I've had it on 2, because I mean I'm in a part of the world where we don't have stable electricity, so every chance I get I charge the box. If it ever goes below 4, I charge it. If it ever goes below 4, I charge. I never wait for it to get to 2 or 3, because you never know what could happen. I don't think I've tested it to the level where I can say, okay, this is how long it lasts, but it's been lasting pretty well, because I've shot like so many things and I've never needed to, like, I've never had issues where the box was not, charged enough to charge the mics. So yeah, I can vouch for this box that it's loaded. You can carry it for a whole journey and back. So when you open the box, there are 3 things here: the receiver, obviously, and the 2 transmitters. Now let's talk about the receiver. The receiver, okay, this is what it looks like. This is a volume knob. Is it a knob? Yeah, it's a knob. It's a volume knob, and then this on the below the volume knob there are 3 indicators, and then there's a minus here and there's a plus here. Just to show you the indicators, I need to bring out the transmitters. If it's not connected, you won't see the mic, the indicators. Yeah, here we go. So there are 3 indicators, and there's a minus sign, there's a plus sign here. So if I keep turning the knob, the indicators will be reducing. So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So obviously, if it's 1, it's lowest. If it's 2, it's middle. If it's 3, it's the highest. You always try to put the volume in the middle or somewhere on 1, because honestly, you don't want it clipping. And we're going to talk about clipping later, but yeah, you definitely do not want to be clipping with this mic. Anyway, so that's the volume knob, and those are the indicators. And then there are 2 buttons here. This one is to turn it off and on, and also it can be used to lock the volume. So if I double tap, it locks the volume. Now I don't know I've never needed to do that, but I guess locking the volume means, okay, I don't think it means what I think it means. I would assume that it means like if I lock the volume, no matter how I turn the knobs, it stays, but it's not locking. Then now the second button is supposed to one. You can use it to change from either mono to stereo. If you don't know, this mic records in both mono and stereo. Mono is when both of the mics record to one, you know, what do you call it? They record into one.
2 hours later.
They record
2,000 years later.
What do they call this? So when you're recording, there's usually 2 lines of recording, right? If you record in mono, both of them will record into those 2 lines. If you record in stereo, both of them will record in separate lines. Now, this could help you. For example, if you're trying to record 2 people and you want, to be able to edit them individually, you do that. But one thing I've noticed is that no matter how you separate it, even when you record in stereo, there's still a little bit of recording that, goes into the other. Like when you record in stereo, you still hear a bit of this in this and a bit of this in this. Like, it's kind of a thing, I don't know. But I've never needed to separate the frequencies in that way. So yeah, stereo records into 2 lines, mono records into 1 line, and they just get mixed up into the same thing. So you want to be careful with that, because the funny thing that could happen is that when you could keep it in mono, you keep it in stereo, and you mistakenly keep this one, for example. Or you could, if you're recording just one mic with one mic and you put it in stereo, it's a whole disaster, because it will just be 1 line of signal. But again, you can edit that later by doubling the signal and making it 2. But that's a whole work a lot of people are not ready for. So if you can, it's just better to just be careful. If you're recording just one person, you want to make sure it's always mono. But if you're recording 2 people, you can try the stereo. And if you really care about stereo, it means when someone is listening to the 2 mics with their earphones, one mic will be sounding on this side and the other mic will be sounding on this side. I don't even really like that. I think I always like them to be recorded into one. But whatever you want to do. So that's the button for that. So when you click it twice, it changes to green. Now green is supposed to be mono, I believe, and then when you double click it, it changes to blue. Blue is stereo. On this side you have a port. This is supposed to be the TRS cable, where you connect the TRS cable. If you're connecting this to a camera, you obviously need to connect it using a TRS cable. So you connect one part of the TRS cable here and the other part to the camera, and then you have your signal going into your camera. And then these 3 metal strips are supposed to be for charging. When you put it in a box, it will charge. And there is a USB port here. It's a Type C, but it does one thing, I think, which is charging. If you are trying to, for example, this box is on its own, and let's say you're recording and these mics are fine, but this one is becoming low and you want to be charging while you're shooting, you could just plug this and it will be charging while you're shooting. You don't need to, put it in the box to charge it all the time. Now, this light indicators, if the 2 mics are connected, both of the lights will be steady. Like you see it's blue and blue. Both of them are steady. If one mic goes into the box, one of the lights begins to blink. Watch. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, see, it's blinking. And then if I put 2 of them in the box, the 2 of the lights start blinking. See? And then if I want to go into what they call it, into noise cancellation mode, the lights will turn to green. See? To go into noise cancellation mode, by the way, you have to click this once and then it will change. See? Blue, green. So this is in noise cancellation mode now. If I bring out this mic, it automatically joins in noise cancellation mode. You can't have 2 of them, one on noise cancellation and the other on non-noise cancellation. I don't even think you need that, but if you need that, well, here you go. It's not possible on this. You have to have both of them on noise cancellation. So that's about the receiver. Let's talk about the mics, otherwise known as transmitters. There are 2 of them, as you already know. On this part, you're supposed to see the label of Hollyland, the logo of Hollyland, but I covered that with a sticker. Here you go. That's one of the uses of the sticker. So it has 1 button on it, just 1 button. This button can do 2 things. 1, it can turn it off. If I press it and hold it, it will go off. Now this is one way to turn it off. Another way to turn it off is just put it in the box and it goes off. And then the other purpose of this button is to go into noise cancellation mode. Now I need this to be out so that it can connect. Once it pairs, I can go into noise cancellation mode. See, now it's blue, and then now it's green. It's blue is normal mode, and then green is noise cancellation mode. And it's the same thing on this other mic. Nothing different. These buttons can also help you record if you're connected to a mobile phone. So, as you already know about the receivers, the other receivers for mobile, if this is connected to a mobile device and I press this twice, I will automatically trigger a recording and the video will start recording. So that's one more use of the button. When you connect it to a phone, you can record from here. And that's it about the mics. Now about the TRS cable, this is the cable I was talking about the whole time. There's really not much to talk about. It's really easy, and it can stretch to a certain level, but I'm not sure you need it to stretch that long, because mostly you connect it to a mic, you have your receiver on your camera, then you connect it to your camera, so you don't really need it to be that long. But if for any reason you need it to be longer, this is how long it can get, and if you need it to be longer, you probably need to get another one. TRS cable is not so hard to get. I even have one that I just use for that purpose, so yeah. Now let's talk about the mobile receivers. So there's two of them. There's one for Type-C and there's one for Lightning. I'm so glad they did this because it just came out around the same time that iPhone decided to be doing only Type-C. So imagine if they had gone for just Type-C. I don't know. It makes sense that they did this because a lot of phones still use Lightning up to, I think, iPhone 13, iPhone 14. I think up to iPhone 14, they all use Lightning. So yeah, this Lightning is still very important. Now let me connect it. I have an iPhone 8 Plus here, and this is how it connects. It uses Lightning, and then it starts blinking. Two lights start blinking, and then if you connect it to, if you bring out the mic, it stays steady. If you put it in, it goes. It continues blinking, just like the receiver works. And two of them cannot be outside. If two of them are outside, they will keep blinking. When you bring out the mic, they won't connect. That's that about the receiver. So there are two receivers. One thing about this receiver though, it has a button. On this button, when you press it once, you can trigger the noise cancellation mode. And then when you press it twice, you can start a recording. I don't know why you want to go to your phone and press it twice when you can just click on your screen. I mean, it makes sense on the mic, but I don't know why anybody would want to do that on the receiver, but that's the purpose. Another thing it can do is on the receiver, let's say you're plugged to your phone. Let's say I'm plugged to my phone like this, and my battery is becoming really low, and I want to keep recording because I'm not done recording, but I still want to charge my phone. So you can plug a Type-C cable through the side, and you're able to, I don't know if this is visible. So you can plug a Type-C cable through that port, and you'll be charging your phone while you're shooting. This is so important because honestly, it's come in handy for me a couple times. So yeah, it's something that you would want, and it's something that you would definitely use. Okay, so let's talk about the Lark Sound app. Now the Lark Sound app, this is what it looks like when you're not connected. Then the moment you connect, you have to put this. If you don't plug this in, it does not connect. So now that I'm plugged in, it's trying to connect, and now it's connected. So it will show you all your devices. Now I'll be screen recording this so I can show you what it does. So the moment you open the app, it shows you the mic and everything. Mic 1, mic 2. I mean, they are not connected, so it's showing you that they're not connected. Nothing is connected. The moment you bring out the mic from the box, it gets connected. Now I brought out one of the mics from the box. It's connected. And now I will bring out the second mic, and it will be connected. And then we now have two mics connected. And it will also show you the percentage of the mics. One of the mic 1 is showing 100%, and the other mic is showing 99%. I told you I always charge these mics just in case. In fact, the moment you put the mic in the box, it starts charging. So there's really no extra effort to charge. Anyway, so it shows you the percentage of each of the mics, and then there's this info icon up here. It shows you the current version. I just updated mine recently. So they release updates every now and then, and you have to update it to get the latest, the latest updates. So there's mic 1 100%, mic 2 is 99%. I don't know why they are both like that when I use both of them literally together. Now there's noise cancellation here. Because I turned it on, it's turned on. If I could turn it off from my phone, from the mic. You see, it's turned off. Now it's turned on. I could turn it off from the mic, or I could turn it off from here. On the app, I can determine how strong I want the noise cancellation to be, either strong or weak. If I put it strong, the noise cancellation will be really strong. If I put it weak, it will be like weak. But there is no middle point to this. So I always leave it strong. I mean, I don't usually use the noise cancellation that much. So when I do, I just use it like that and it works out. The volume. Normally on your camera, you're able to control the volume using the knob, right? You remember the knob. But on your phone, you can't control the volume. So you have to control it from here, low, medium, high. If you put it on low, it's low. If you put it on medium, it's medium. If you put it on high, it's high. I mean, you already understand what that means. So, but I always leave it on high. I don't really have anything to do with that one. But this helps you control it on your phone, because initially I didn't know I could control the volume from my phone. But once I figured this out, and now I know. But I don't need to, because there's a technology on your phone that helps you control how much clipping, that helps you control the volume on your phone so that it does not clip. And that works out perfectly, so I never need to change this. Now the last feature is a very important feature. You might not think it's important, but it's actually important, because the funny thing is I just realized how useful it can be for me recently. So a lot of times when I'm recording and I'm trying to receive, for example, when I'm recording on my phone and I try to listen to the recording, listen to the playback, I usually have to disconnect the receiver from my phone to listen to the playback. But because of the speaker play mode, I no longer have to disconnect it. I just have to, leave it on, and then once I'm done recording, I press play and it's playing out. The setting up this mic is the easiest thing ever. It's so easy. For example, so let's start with a phone setup, because since I already have my phone here and my camera is there, so let me just start with the phone setup. This is connected already to the phone, and now I go to a video app, for example. My camera app is just right here. I turn it on, and now I switched on the screen to my side, and now I brought out one camera, one of the mics. If you see here, the one that I brought out is steady. The other one is still blinking. It's green, meaning that it's on noise cancellation. Now I don't want it to be noise cancellation, so I'm keeping it on blue. Now it's blue. So usually you put this in, the magnet inside your shirt, and then you put the mic on top of it like this. See, very easy to set up, and then you start recording. Hi guys, my name is Obina, and welcome to my channel. Now remember that speaker play I did, right? Let's see it work. Hi guys, my name is Obina, and welcome to my channel. It's actually very good. I only have one phone here, which is an iPhone, but if I had a Type-C, I would have tried the Type-C, but I don't have that, so you can always use the Type-C if you want to check it out. Let's try to record directly. As I told you, you can record directly, right? See, I'm not holding my phone. Okay, I'll try to keep my phone. I'm not holding it. Now I'm going to connect it. Here we go. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. And then I can stop the recording from here. See, my two hands are here, and this hand is here. So this helps when your phone is far from you and you just want to start the recording without going to press it directly. Okay, so let's try out the noise cancellation feature. Hello, this is it with normal sound. I put any effect on it, no noise cancellation. And now this is noise cancellation mode. How does it sound? And then this is what my phone sounds like. My phone is terrible, if you can already see. This is what my phone sounds like. Okay, now that we have done the phone, the mobile setup, now let's do the camera setup. Let me connect what I need to connect off camera and on camera, and then I'll do the rest off camera. So I'm only using one of the mics, so let's keep that. Now let's connect it to the camera. So I just did the camera setup, and now let's see what it sounds like. This is it in normal mode. I hope you can hear me. I hope I'm not clipping, and because I did not have the time to check that. But I did everything as I should, and I believe that everything should work as it should. So this is it in normal mode, and now if I press it once, remember, if I press it once, it changes to green, and now it's on noise cancellation mode. What do I sound like in noise cancellation mode? Okay, so that is it in noise cancellation mode. Now let me take it back because I really do not like noise cancellation mode. Let me take it back to normal mode. Now, what are my thoughts on this camera, on this mic? One thing is, it does not record in 32 bits ROM. Yes, people say that a lot, and honestly, when I heard it the first time, I thought, who cares about 32-bit ROM? I mean, why would I need 32-bit ROM? I'm always in a very normal environment, controlled setting. Why would I need to be, But honestly, I am not always in that. I thought I was until I took it out for an event, and trust me, the speakers were the speakers were sounding like the sound that was coming from the speakers was the main was the lead voice, and the person I was trying to record became the background voice. That's how bad it was. I couldn't use that audio. It was completely unusable. So the 32-bit ROM might sound like something you do not need, but if you shoot events, if you have anything to do with events, if you record any setting that it can be chaotic, trust me, you definitely need a better mic, not this one. Because when you record with this one in such settings where you have speakers hitting boom boom boom, it will clip, and when it does, it's terrible. But one fix to it though is using your phone. What I've noticed is if you are in such settings, just instead of recording into your camera, record into your phone. It can handle it. Your phone has a way of controlling how loud sounds can get, and it does not clip. At least on my phone, it does not clip. I don't know. It depends on the phone you use, maybe. But on iPhones, I believe it shouldn't. You will have the same result. It does not clip. But if you're using another phone like an Android, maybe a company I do not know about that has not worked on something like that, maybe it might clip. But yeah, that I found that to be a fix for it. If you are in a non-controlled environment, an uncontrolled environment, you might want to record into your phone instead of into the camera. It's a very important thing to note. Another thing is, yes, it's very small. It's good. You feel like you've hidden it even just by placing it. It does not feel very out. It does not feel very shouty. It does not feel very noticeable. That can be a good thing. That is actually a good thing, because then you can record and not feel like the mic is too big. But that can be terrible too, because because of that it becomes very easy to misplace it. Like you could just hold it on your hand just to put it on someone, and then it falls. Like mine has fallen, I don't know, so many times, because it does not have any grip. If you're using like the rod, it's big, and it has some kind of grip to it. If you're using the DJI, it's not so big, but it has some grip to it. But this one is just circle. It's not even square where it has some kind of grip to it. It's circular, so there is really no grip to it. So you have to be really careful where you are holding it. You don't want to be holding it in places where it can fall very high and hit on the floor. I don't know what that could end up being like, and I don't want to know what that could end up being like. I'm being really, really careful with mine now. It has fallen a couple times, but it has been within human height, not like from a story building or whatever. So that has been fine for me. The noise cancellation feature, I love it, but I'd rather just record normal. For me, I mean, that's just a personal preference. If I need to cancel any noise, I'd do it by myself in post. Because then I have the flexibility to pick the frequencies I want. I'd rather know that I can do it in post than knowing that okay, this is all I've got. This is how the audio is. I can't even do anything to it. It has cancelled the noise for me, and even though I'm not satisfied with it, I can't do anything, because when you have that kind of audio, when you try to do anything again to it, it becomes really bad. So I prefer to do the noise cancellation by myself from the scratch. So if I need to do a noise cancellation, I'll just put it. I feel like you even have more advanced processing if you do it on your own than if you let the mic do it for you. But it works out pretty good actually. It is really, really good if you're just trying to record quick and you don't want to do anything post. It works out perfect. But if you really have time for post, it's better to do it yourself, because then you control how it goes. You have the creative control about what is noise and what is not noise, because left to it just works like a computer. It thinks this is noise and it thinks that is not noise. It goes by frequencies, and it believes that certain frequencies that are just there in the background, they're probably noise, and the rest that is like spiking is probably the main thing. And sometimes it can be the opposite. It can be that the thing that is sparking is the noise and the thing that is in the background is the main thing. So yeah, I'd rather always do it by myself, and I think it works out perfectly for me. One last thing before I go, the wind filter is very important. It helps if you're in a windy environment, like that sound that goes like it can be an okay sound if you're trying to record ASMR of the environment. But if you're trying to record somebody, that's terrible. That's never good, because somebody will talking and you'll be like, that's definitely not a good sound. So yeah, use this if you're out in a windy environment and you want to cut all the wind out. I would use this if I was trying to be, how should I put it, if I was trying to be discreet about it. I would just wear it on my neck and it will look like I'm wearing a pendant. If you don't know this mic, you might think I'm wearing a pendant, but these days the mic is everywhere, so yeah, a lot of people will not think I'm wearing a pendant. They'll probably think I'm wearing a mic because they know the mic. But yeah, it could help if you are in an environment and you just want to wear it because it's nice. It looks nice when you wear it like that. See? And here we go. Obviously, if I wore this out, people will not think it's a pendant, but if I wore it into the village, maybe they would think it's a pendant. It could work as a pendant if I wear it the other way around. Let me see. I mean, it does not look like a pendant still. But I mean, it could work in a, as I said, in a very local setting where they don't know what this is, and I'm trying to be discreet. But if you're not trying to be discreet, if it's just fashion, yeah, it works. Sometimes it could be fashion because this might actually work with what you're wearing. So yeah. And then there is this, which if you're not trying to clip it, let's say I'm trying to clip it, you need to put first of all the magnet. Yeah, and now you clip it. Here we go. See, it's clipped. So that's the good thing about this mic. It can work in a lot of ways. It can work as a clip-on mic. It can work as a magnetic mic. It can work as a mic you hang on your neck. Anyhow, like, they give you all that option, and that's like, for me, it's a game changer and something I really appreciate about the mic. Okay, that'll be all. Thank you so much for watching my video. See you in another video. Peace.